In this video, I'm going to do a quick review on the Wumal WiFi video doorbell. Here's the listing on Amazon. Now, for a little background about myself, I'm a mechanical engineer, so I have a lot of technical experience. I have two Wi-Fi doorbells right now installed in my house, one by Oricon and one by Wi-Fi Gift. I have detailed videos showing you how to install those online. Those cameras, I'll compare it to the Wumal version, and I was just sent the Wumal one and the Hutu Wi-Fi video doorbell for testing and review. So I'm going to show you those over here. So this one is the one by Wumal, and here's the one by Hutu. So I'm not doing the Hutu review right now. I'm going to do that in a couple days after a little more testing. But right now we're going to talk about the Wumal, and I'll try to compare it to the other versions on the market. So the Wumal doorbell, you can read the listing about it, but it's basically 720p resolution, which is the same official spec as the Hutu and the Oricon and Wi-Fi Gift doorbells. The main difference is this one's slightly smaller than the rest. It is powered by 5 volts. As you can see over here, this is a regular standard micro USB connection. Compared to, let's say, the Hutu, which you gotta connect the wires to the back. It's a small screw, it's really simple to install. That's also using 5 volts, but that doesn't have the convenience of the micro USB. So over here, if you don't know anything about electricity, you could just hook up a regular cell phone, with a long cord and plug it in. The problem with both the Hutu and the Wumal doorbell is the 5 volts is not standard for power in the US. So if you already have an existing doorbell wire and using 12 or 24 volt systems, then these won't work with that. You're gonna have to run new wiring or at least switch out your transformer in order that you're not gonna fry this doorbell. The convenience of 5 volts is that's the same as a cell phone, so you can use many power adapters that like power banks that are on the market. If you want to do a real simple install, you could just connect this cable to a power bank sitting on your door, and just if you get a big power bank, you only have to charge it every once in a while, depending on how many times people are ringing the doorbell. So that could be a convenience if you don't know anything about running electricity. But if you want to install it using your existing wiring, so this might not be the best option. Number 2, this doorbell and the Hutu doorbell both don't come with chimes. So that means when someone rings this bell, you don't hear it in the house. You hear a small sound that the doorbell makes, but you're not going to actually hear it inside your house. That's more for a visitor who's ringing it. The Oricon and Wi-Fi Gift, they come with wireless chimes that use RF to ring in the house. Even if your Wi-Fi is down, it's always going to ring in the house, so people who are at home will always know. With the Wumal and the Hutu doorbell, if you have people who are at home, they might not know if they're not carrying a cell phone, or if they don't have the app logged in or something like that. So that's a major disadvantage for both these systems. So let me get on to the setup and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you using an Android device. If you have an Android device, the app that you use, it's called i4, or there's another app in the Play Store, which it's really similar, but you don't have to really worry about that too much. So you could look in the Play Store, or in the instructions they tell you to go to I think it's called iCloud. It's the same software. This one looks like it's a little slightly newer. So if you go to device management, I already added the doorbell, so you can see it shows you the doorbell. It says online, but if you just click the plus button on the top, then over here it gives you a couple options for all the smart stuff they have or are planning on adding. So this goes down as IP camera, even though it's not really IP camera because it's a doorbell, but it's the same idea. So you have 3 options. It says quick setup, search camera to LAN, manually add a camera. So search camera to LAN is if you're already connected once to your Wi-Fi, so it's already there. If not, for first-time owners, I would do the quick setup, where you do a 1-key configuration function. If you look at the doorbell, you'll see a sticker over there. that you just put your phone next to it after hitting the add camera. It's gonna make a bunch of weird noises, some high frequency stuff, and that's gonna just hook them all up together. And it's gonna be and then you just put in the password and everything. It's all good to go. So under device management, over here you can see there's a couple settings, for Wi-Fi, SD card, password, alarm, etc. The alarm is a motion sensor, so you can control the motion sensor. If you and the level of sensitivity, so you can control the brightness, the contrast, the IR, which is great if you have the camera set up behind the glass screen door, because IR lights get reflected on glass, so you wouldn't be able to see anything. You got vertical and horizontal mirrors in case you're installing it at a weird angle, and the frequency, depending on what country you're setting things up at. Then if you hit the more button, message notification, the notify mode, you just got to make sure it's got like the embedded web server running in the background. So this is nice how it uses push notifications, so it's a little more battery friendly than the Oricon WiFi Gift and the Hutu versions. Because the Hutu, the WiFi Gift, they all they have like internal web server which is running, and then you have to have the app always logged in, and so it causes a drain on the battery. So let me show you how to use it. When you press another cool feature, this one's got a micro SD card slot, similar to the Hutu Bell. It's also got a micro SD card slot. So the Hutu and the Wumal are really similar. Size, that's different. This one's got an option for batteries for the Hutu. The batteries is nice, but honestly, there's a secret profile, and you could connect it to a battery pack. So it's a similar concept. So let me just press So let me just press the doorbell. Okay, I'm gonna press the doorbell now over here, and then I'm gonna show you what happens. So when you press the doorbell over there, so then it rings on the app, and it shows you that someone is calling. And then it gives you an option on the bottom here to view it or ignore. If you hit the view button, then it pulls out the video, and it shows you the person who's there right now. My daughter just woke up. You could take a snapshot to get a picture of the person. You get a snapshot, a picture or record to get a video. You press the talk to the person from your phone remotely. Hello, do you hear me? So there's an echo. That's normal when with Wi-Fi doorbells, especially if you have the camera and the doorbell right next to each other. And then it's got listening mode, so you could hear the person talking, as you can hear it's coming out of my Samsung tablet right now. So once again, this is the doorbell. It does work. It's good. It's not waterproof, so you gotta just make sure it's like under your door sill. It's decent. I wouldn't give it 5 stars due to the lack of using standard US power and the lack of a chime. If you add those two features, then this could really be a 5-star object. But none of them are perfect, because the Oricon and WiFi Gift, they both don't use push notifications, so it causes a battery drain. And the Hutu one, that also doesn't use push notifications as of now, or standard US power. Thank you for watching my review on the Wumal WiFi video doorbell. If you have any questions, feel free to comment either on Amazon or on this YouTube, and I'll try to answer your questions. You can also search my YouTube channel to see the videos on the WiFi Gift and the Oricon doorbells, and soon you'll be able to see the review on the Hutu Wi-Fi doorbell. In comparison to Ring is a top name brand doorbell, so that's more expensive than this, and it probably has better reliability. I don't think it has the same. It's a little bigger. It uses standard, US power, so there's differences. I don't have a Ring yet, so I can't really compare it exactly, but hopefully I'll get one eventually.